New members to take the oath or affirmation, Secretary General, please.
Miss Satvika stands here to take the oath or affirmation who has been elected from Medak constituency of Telangana. Madam, would you like to take the oath or the affirmation? Oath, please. Madam, in which language would you like to take the oath?
In English, please.
I, Satvika, having been elected a member of Youth Parliament, do swear in name of God that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India. As the law established, I will uphold sovereignty and integrity of India, and thus I will faithfully discharge the duty upon which I am about to enter. Who stands here elected from Agra constituency of Uttar Pradesh to take the oath or affirmation. Sir, would you like to take the oath or the affirmation?
Oath, please.
Sir, in which language would you like to take the oath?
हिंदी प्लीज। मैं समेत जो युवा संसद के लोकसभा का सदस्य निर्वाचित हुआ हूँ, ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूँ कि मैं विधि द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के प्रति सच्ची श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रखूंगा तथा जिस पद को मैं ग्रहण करने वाला हूँ उसके कर्तव्यों का श्रद्धापूर्वक निर्वहन करूंगा। धन्यवाद।
Honorable members, with profound grief, I have to inform the House that His Excellency SHRI Activties, former Prime Minister of Japan, passed away on 8 July 2022 at the age of 67. SHRI largely served as the Prime Minister between 2006, 2007 and 2016-2020 and was the longest serving Prime Minister of Japan. Sri Tirumalagiri was a great champion of India-Japan relations. This house mourns the death of Sri Tirumalagiri and extends
Asia were natural allies, and the scope of relationship between the two should be very wide. It was this reason why India-Japan relationship grew from economic partnership to a comprehensive strategic partnership that included a wide range of varieties such as investment promotion, industry competitiveness, skill development, digital partnership, defense and civil nuclear cooperation, cyber and space security. We are deeply saddened by his demise. May his soul rest in peace. Condolence to his family and supporters.
The House recalls the famous "The Confluence of the Two Seas" speech delivered in the Indian Youth Parliament during his visit to India in August 2007 as Prime Minister of Japan. In his untimely demise, while Japan has lost a great visionary statesman, India has lost a true friend. Mr. Labe will always be remembered for his intimacy, intelligence, serene personality, simplicity, and political acumen. We are deeply saddened by his demise. Condolences to his family and supporters. Indeed, it is a great loss to the world.
The House may stand in silence as a mark of respect to your departed soul. Introduction of new Minister, Prime Minister, please.
Speaker Madam, I have pleasure in introducing to you and through you to the House, my colleagues, the new Minister, Mr. Article, Minister of Civil Aviation. Ms. Joshua, Minister of Women and Child Development. Ms. Akshara, Minister of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare.
Now the question hour begins. Question number 101 by SHRI Animesh, please.
Will the Minister of External Affairs be pleased to state the details of the program organized by the Ministry on the occasion of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav in India and the present status of the program along with the steps taken during the last 1 year and the steps proposed to be taken for the successfully completion of the program until the completion of the Mahotsav. Thank you, Madam.
Honorable Minister of External Affairs, please.
Honorable Speaker, my answer for A. Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav is initiated to celebrate and commemorate 75 years of India's independence. It follows whole of a government approach with special emphasis on involvement of citizens in the form of Jan Bhagidari. Madam, the Ministry of External Affairs through Indian Mission commenced Assam celebrations from 12th March 2021. The celebrations are started 75 weeks before 15th August 2022 and shall continue up to 15th August 2023. Madam, I bring to your notice, till date over 6,000 events have been organized by Indian missions to commemorate Akkam. There has been enthusiastic participation of Indian diaspora, friends of India, local government and prominent individuals at this event. The ministry celebrated its Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav iconic week from 21st to 27th September 2022. Thank you, Madam.
Yes, Shri Jayesh, please.
I request Honorable Minister to clarify my doubt regarding regarding the explanation in that are going to be incurred thereon. Thank you, ma'am.
Honorable Minister, please.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, there has been no separate budgetary allocation for the MEA for organizing the above event. Thank you, Madam.
Now, question number 102 by Sri Jayesh, please.
Honorable Speaker, ma'am. Will the Minister of Education be pleased to state if there are any shortcomings in the SHRI Shiksha Abhiyan because of which you are now introducing the new system, and what are the targets for the state board examination as well as the central board examination which the government has fixed out. We demand the expected, we demand the answers.
Honorable Minister of Education, please.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, my answers to A and C are laid on the table of the House. Speaker, Madam, the name of this scheme is Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan. I think he is remembering the old scheme, that is Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan. Since the last few years, the old scheme has been changed with some modifications as Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan. Essentially, this is a 60-40 centrally sponsored scheme. All the states are free to run their own courses in their own languages. Under the national education policy, much emphasis has been given to their mother tongue. In this Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan, one of the priority areas is to create a local language system in a digital classroom, in a digital library, in a smart class, etc. This is a very progressive scheme. All the states are cooperating on this issue. This is a very progressive step implemented by our government. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, Mrs. Khan, please.
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदया, मैं शिक्षा मंत्री से यह पूछना चाहूंगी कि नई शिक्षा नीति 2020 में राज्यों की पहली स्थानीय भाषा के अलावा हिंदी और संस्कृत को दूसरी या तीसरी भाषा के रूप में शामिल किए जाने का प्रावधान है। यदि हाँ, तो क्या इसे अगले वर्ष से लागू किया जा रहा है? धन्यवाद महोदया।
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति 2020 राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति 1968 और 1986 की तरह दोहराती है कि संवैधानिक प्रावधानों, लोगों, क्षेत्रों और संघ की आकांक्षाओं और बहुभाषावाद को बढ़ावा देने के साथ साथ राष्ट्रीय एकता को बढ़ावा देने की आवश्यकता को ध्यान में रखते हुए त्रिभाषा सूत्र लागू किया जाना जारी रहेगा। हालांकि त्रिभाषा फॉर्मूले में अधिक नम्यता होगी और किसी भी राज्य पर कोई भी भाषा नहीं थोपी जाएगी। बच्चों द्वारा सीखी जाने वाली 3 भाषाएं राज्यों, क्षेत्रों और निश्चित रूप से स्वयं छात्रों की पसंद होगी, जहां 3 में से कम 2 भाषाएं भारत की मूल भाषाएं होगी। धन्यवाद महोदय।
Now, question number 103 by Sri Satya Vishnu, please.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, will the Minister of Railways be pleased to state whether the government has started the first bullet train, the project of the first bullet train in the country, and if so, the present status of it? Thank you, Madam.
Honorable Minister of Railways, please.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, my answers to A and B, a statement is laid on the table of the House. Yes, Madam, the government has sanctioned the between Mumbai and Ahmedabad in December 2015 with technical and financial assistance from the government of Japan. And the same is presently under execution. The present scenario of Mumbai to Ahmedabad high-speed rail MAHSR project is under all statutory clearances relating to wildlife, coastal regulation zone, CRZ, and forest clearances have been obtained. Out of total land requirement of approx 1,396 hectares and 1,248 hectares, the land has been acquired so far. Out of total 352 kilometers of project located in Gujarat and Dadra and Nagar Haveli, civil work in 352 kilometers and government has started working in different phases from 2020 December onwards. Thank you, madam.
Ms. Sumita, please.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, the government is anticipating an increase in the project cost due to the delay of the project. What are the reasons for this? Whether the latest development of the deadline is 2026. If so, the manner in which this is likely to impact the MOU with the Japanese government and the Japan International Cooperation Agency with a total expenditure. Thank you, madam.
Honorable Minister, please.
Honorable Speaker, madam, the cost of MAHSR project is 1,08,000 crores as in 2015. Delay in land acquisition, especially in the state of Maharashtra, and consequent delays in finalization of contracts as well as the adverse impact of COVID-19 have delayed the execution of MAHSR project. The anticipating increase in cost and time is fully ascertained only after the completion of the land, finalization of all contracts and associated timelines. As per the MOU, Government of Japan will provide the loan of 81% at maximum of the project, finalization of actual cost and quantum of loan shall be amended accordingly if required. Thank you, madam.
Now, question number 104 by Ms. Adya, please.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, will the Minister of Defence be pleased to state whether the government has formulated or proposes to formulate any scheme for mandatory service of youth in the armed forces, and if so, the details thereof. Whether there is any role of sainik schools in the implementation of Agnipath scheme, and if so, the details thereof. Thank you, madam.
Honorable Minister of Defence, please.
Honorable Speaker, madam, my answers for A and B. The government has not formulated any scheme for the mandatory service of youth in the armed force. There is no rule of the sainik school in the implementation of Agnipath scheme. Thank you, madam.
Now, question number 105 by Ms. Minisha, please.
Honorable Speaker, madam, where the Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports be pleased to state whether the government proposes to encourage youth belonging to the poor families of the rural areas towards the sports across the country, and if so, the details thereof. B. Whether the government has initiated any schemes for the development of the sports and sports institutions in tribal and hilly areas of the country, and if so, the details thereof. Thank you, madam.
Honorable Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports, please.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, the Khelo India National Program for Development of Sports of this ministry aims at strengthening the entire sports ecosystem, and The twin objectives of mass participation and promotion of excellence in sports across the country. It focuses on broad-basing of sports amongst the youth of the country and promotion of sports activities throughout the country, including rural areas. One of the components of this scheme is promotion of rural and tribal games is specifically dedicated to the rural sector of the country. The minister implements various sports promotional schemes across the country through the Sports Authority of India (SAI) and training centers. Further, this minister has also made documentaries in order to showcase and promote and revive them, namely Gatka, Rollball, Tug-of-War, Kalaripayattu, Thangta, Kho-Kho, Mallakham, Shooting Ball, Lagori and Langari. These documentaries have been uploaded on the digital repository of the Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat website, Facebook page of Fit India Movement, YouTube channel of Fit India Movement and My India. Thank you, madam.
No more supplementary questions, please. The question hour is over.
Questions involving breach of privilege. Honorable Member, Ms. Bhumika, please.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, Madam, a serious breach of privilege has been committed by the leading newspaper of Hyderabad. While commenting on the recommendations of the Public Accounts Committee, the paper has attributed dishonest motives and I have requested you to allow me to raise a question on the matter now. Thank you, Madam.
Ms. Bhumika, have you given a notice of it earlier?
Honorable Deputy Speaker, Madam, I've already given notice of it at 10 a.m. today itself.
It will be examined when it comes to me. I shall consider and let you know my decision. Now papers to be laid. Now papers to be laid on the table of the House. Shri Shanu, Minister of Communications, to lay a copy each of notifications and copy of the annual report 2021-2022 of the Indian Post Payments Bank.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, Madam, I lay on the table the following. A copy of the annual report, Hindi and English versions of the India Post Payments Bank, New Delhi for the year 2021-22, along with audited accounts. A copy of the review by the government of the working of the India Post Payments Bank for the year 2021-22. Thank you, Madam.
Secretary General to report message from Upper Chamber of the Youth Parliament.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, Madam, I have to report the following message received from the Upper Chamber of the Youth Parliament in accordance with the provisions of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business in the Upper House of Youth Parliament. I am directed to enclose a copy of Constitution Order Bill 2023 and the Criminal Procedure Bill 2023, which has been passed by the Upper Chamber at its sitting held on 1st April 2023.
Secretary General to lay on the table a copy of the bill as passed by the Upper Chamber of the Youth Parliament.
Madam, I lay on the table of the House copy of the Constitution Order Bill 2023 and the Criminal Procedure Bill 2023 passed by the Upper Chamber of Youth Parliament. Thank you.
Honorable members, I have to make an announcement. On my own behalf and on behalf of the House, I have the great pleasure in extending a warm welcome to His Excellency Mr. John Marshall, Speaker of the Danish Parliament.
Danish Parliament. The parliamentary delegation who are on visit to India as our honored guest. The other honorable members of the delegation are Mr. Neil Ostergaard, Deputy Speaker, Ms. Christina, Minister of Information and Technology. It is a very high-powered delegation. The delegation arrived on Thursday, 2nd September. They are now seated in the special box. We wish them a happy and fruitful stay in our country, and also convey our warm greetings and very best wishes to them, to the Prime Minister, the Danish Parliament, the government and the friendly people of Denmark. Now, let us take up the calling attention motion for the government's clarification in relation with the increasing rates of GST and inflation in our country. Leader of Opposition, Shri Solvi, Ms. Dahini, to call the attention of Minister of Finance for more clarification in relation with increasing rates of GST and inflation.
Honorable Deputy Speaker Madam, आज से कई साल पहले एक मूवी आई थी, उसका एक गाना था, सखी सैया तो खूब ही कमाल है, महंगाई डायन खाए जात है। आज ये लिरिक्स सार्थक होती नजर आ रही है। रोजमर्रा की तमाम चीजें 18 जुलाई से महंगी हो गई है। सरकार ने दाल, चावल, गेहूं, बाजरा और दही लस्सी समेत तमाम प्री पैक्ड फूड प्रोडक्ट्स पर जीएसटी लगाया है। वहीं कई और वस्तुओं में जीएसटी के दरों में बढ़ोतरी हुई। मैडम, मराठी में कविता है, दत दत ददाची गाय, गाय दूध दुधाची साय, साय दही दुधाची ताक, ताकस लोणी दुधाची तुपच दाल, दत दत ददाची गाय। दत का अर्थ भगवान, भगवान की गाय, गाय का दूध, दूध का मलाई, मलाई का दही, दही का मक्खन और मक्खन का घी। सरकार ने भगवान और गाय को छोड़कर बाकी हर चीज पर जीएसटी लगाया है। यह कैसी सरकार है महोदया? होटल और हॉस्पिटल पर जीएसटी लगाने के बाद देश के सबसे बड़े अस्पताल एम्स का प्राइवेट ड्यूप्लेक्स वार्ड महंगा हो गया है। इस वार्ड का वर्तमान किराया 16,000 रुपए था, जो 5% जीएसटी के बाद 16,300 रुपए हो गया है। अब अस्पतालों को बायोमेडिकल वेस्ट पर भी 12% जीएसटी देना होगा। जब राहत देने का वक्त है, तब हम आहत कर रहे हैं। स्कूल जाने वाले बच्चों को भी नहीं छोड़ा। इस सरकार ने पेन, पेंसिल, इरेजर, किताबों और यूनिफॉर्म, बैग इत्यादि को भी जीएसटी के दायरे में लेके उनके दाम बढ़ा दिए हैं। दुकानों में भी वर्तमान किराए से अधिक किराया वसूला जा रहा है, जिससे उपभोक्ता को भारी कीमत चुकानी पड़ रही है। पेट्रोल, डीजल, गैस जो जीएसटी में नहीं आते, इनके दाम बढ़ाए और जीएसटी के रेट में बढ़ोतरी करके कीमतें वसूली जा रही हैं, जिससे जीएसटी गरीब जनता का सत्यानाश करने वाला टैक्स साबित हुआ है। यह तो ऐसा ही हुआ कि जैसे बाहुबली के चलचित्र में बाहुबली की नींद देश सेना ने छीन ली थी, उसी प्रकार हमारे देश में जीएसटी ने हमारे देशवासियों की नींद छीन ली है। मैं कृपया वित्त मंत्री जी से यह अनुरोध करती हूँ कि वह इस संसद को यह स्पष्ट करें कि जीएसटी से होने वाले संशय और चिंताओं को वो किस प्रकार दूर करेंगे। धन्यवाद महोदय।
Honorable Finance Minister, please.
Honorable Deputy Speaker Madam, राज्यों द्वारा वसूले जाने वाले टैक्स को ध्यान में रखते हुए जब जीएसटी को लागू किया था, तो ब्रांडेड अनाज, दाल, आटे पर 5% की जीएसटी दर लागू की गई थी। हालांकि जल्द ही इस प्रावधान का दुरुपयोग देखने को मिला और धीरे धीरे इन वस्तुओं से जीएसटी राजस्व में काफी गिरावट आई। सरकार को फिटमेंट कमेटी ने इस तरह के दुरुपयोग को रोकने के लिए सभी पैकेज और लेबल युक्त सामानों पर समान रूप से जीएसटी लगाने का प्रस्ताव दिया था। केंद्रीय अप्रत्यक्ष कर और सीमा शुल्क बोर्ड के अनुसार दाल, चावल, आटा जैसे 25 किलोग्राम तक के सिंगल पैकेट पर जीएसटी लगाने का प्रस्ताव दिया है। इसके अनुसार दाल, चावल, आटा जैसे खाने वाली वस्तुओं की पैकिंग लीगल मेट्रोलॉजी एक्ट 2009 के तहत होती है, तो इन पर जीएसटी नहीं लगेगा। वही तमाम चीजें हैं. And also, GST rates on electrical vehicles as well as the rates on fractured appliances, artificial parts of the body and sprints have been slashed from 12% to 5%. Honorable Deputy Speaker Madam, through you, I would like to bring notice to my friends that GST has become a reality today, creating a new India through one tax, one nation, one market. GST brings benefits for all. Huge number of items are exempted or are in the 5% bracket. GST brings the simplified tax structure that reduces in multiplicity of taxes, the harmonization of laws, procedures and rate of tax across the country, and also common system of classification of goods to ensure certainty in tax administration. GST is creating one economic India by the free movement of goods and services throughout the sense of nationhood and unity. At last, GST is good and simple tax. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, Miss Ramani, please.
Honorable Deputy Speaker Madam, मैं माननीय वित्त मंत्री जी से यह पूछना चाहूंगी कि जीएसटी में प्री पैकेज एंड लेबल उत्पादों को शामिल करने के लिए इतना उतावलापन क्यों दिखाया गया है? रुपए पहुंचा 80 पर, गैस वाला मांगे रुपए 1000। जून में 1.3 करोड़ बेरोजगार, अनाज पर भी है जीएसटी का भार। ब्रांड एंड लेबल प्री पैकेज एंड लेबल से बिल्कुल अलग है। ब्रांड एंड लेबल सिर्फ बड़ी कंपनियों को प्रभावित करता है, जैसे मिडिल क्लास या अपर मिडिल क्लास खरीदता है, और प्री पैकेज एंड लेबल छोटे व्यापारियों को प्रभावित करता है, जिनके उत्पाद को गरीब और निचले वर्ग के लोग खरीदते हैं। सरकार गरीबों की महत्वाकांक्षा को दबा रही है। क्या उसे अच्छे और स्वच्छ पैक उत्पाद खरीदने का अवसर नहीं मिलना चाहिए? ऐसे समय में जब सीपीआई महंगाई 7% है, थोक महंगाई दर 15% है, बेरोजगारी चरम पर है, रुपया निचले स्तर पर है, इस तरह का फैसला आम लोगों की और गरीबों की महत्वाकांक्षा को दबाएगा। मैं माननीय वित्त मंत्री जी से यह पूछना चाहूंगी कि जीएसटी प्रणाली देश की गरीबी को हटाने के लिए लागू होता है या फिर अपने सपनों को पूरा करने के लिए? धन्यवाद महोदय।
Honorable Finance Minister, please.
Honorable Deputy Speaker Madam, I agree with the member, but in the coming days, all the worries will be solved. The GST Council has exempted from goods and services tax all food items including wheat, pulses, rice, maize when sold loose and not pre-packed or pre-labeled. This is not the first time that such food articles are being taxed. States were collecting significant revenue from food grains in the pre-GST regime. States were collecting. However, soon rampant misuse of the provision was observed by reputed manufacturers and brand owners, and gradually GST revenue from these items fell significantly. Disgruntled over the issue, suppliers and industry associations wrote to the government to impose GST uniformly on all packaged commodities to stop the misuse. This decision was a much needed one to curb tax leakage. Our government and the Reserve Bank are taking steps to bring down inflation below 7% and then under 6%. The government has tasked the RBI with ensuring that the consumer price index-based inflation has remains at 4% with a margin of 2% on either side. And also, our Indian economy, compared to the situation prevailing in our peer groups and several developed countries, are doing better. Our macroeconomic fundamentals are strong. Nobody is in denial about price rise. We are not running away. The government has targeted approach based on ground level inputs to tackle retail inflation, which is ruling at around 7%. Thank you, madam.
नियम 193 के अधीन अल्पावधि चर्चा अथवा नियम 1 अभिनवीय लोक महत्व के मामलों पर सदन में बहस होगी। मिस अनीशा, मिस वाग्देवी, मिस दिया यादव, श्री प्रभात से अनुरोध है कि वो अपनी समझ से सदन में चर्चा उठाए। मिस अनीशा प्लीज।
Honorable Speaker Madam, I wish to draw the attention of the Honorable Minister of Health and Family Welfare towards the plight of Indian medical students, many belonging to my home state, West Bengal, whose education has been interrupted due to the ongoing war in Ukraine. In March of 2022, the Russian invasion in Ukraine caused over 80,000 Indian students, primarily pursuing medicine, to flee the country. The high cost of private medical education in our country and elsewhere has made the resumption of study difficult for most of these students who hail from a humble background. It is therefore essential to identify alternate means through which these students can complete their medical education, either in Ukraine's neighboring European countries or here in India. As in Egypt, where students can take evaluation exams to join the medical colleges in that country. The state government of West Bengal too has admitted around 422 state domiciled students who were studying in Ukraine to its government and private colleges. I therefore urge the Minister to devise and implement constructive measures to address the pressing concern of our students, at the earliest in the interest of their future and the health of the people of our country. Thank you, Madam.
Minister of Health and Family Welfare, please.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, as informed by National Medical Commission, the regulatory body of medical education in the country, no such information is available with them. Foreign medical students, graduates are either under Screening Test Regulation 2022 or Foreign Medical Graduate Relationship Regulation 2021 as the case may be. There are so much provision in Indian Medical Council Act 1956 and the National Commission Act 2019 as well as medical students from any foreign institute to India medical colleges. Therefore, no permission has been given by the NMC to transfer any student of foreign medical students or accommodate any foreign medical students in any Indian colleges. Thank you, madam.
Miss Wagdevi, please.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, since independence, the Registrar General and Census Commissioner has been collecting data related to scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, and backward classes. The Kaka-Kalelkar Commission and the Mandal Commission depended on 1931 census data for estimating the social, educational, and economic backwardness of other backward classes. The social, educational, and economic data of various castes are crucial for evidence-based public policies. Hence, we need a contemporary and reliable data on various castes to make decisions related to reservations and other social welfare policies. In this background, it becomes very important to conduct caste census. I request the above-mentioned important issue should be considered at the earliest. Thank you, Madam.
Miss Diya Yadav, please.
अध्यक्ष महोदय, हमारे देश में युवाओं को बेरोजगारी को लेकर चुनौतियों का सामना करना पड़ता है। इसी कड़ी में करीब 12,000 स्मार्ट ऐप की दुनिया में खत्म हो चुकी है, जिसमें ओला, ब्लिंकिट, बाइजू, अन्य अकेडमी, वेदांतु, ब्लिंकिट, कार24, मोबाइल प्रीमियम लीग आदि जैसी स्मार्ट ऐप ने लोगों को निकालने का काम किया है, जिसकी वजह से आगे यह भी माना जा रहा है कि इन प्राइवेट सेक्टर्स में करीब 50,000 नौकरियां खत्म कर दी जाएगी। मैं आपके माध्यम से यह अवश्य बताना चाहूंगी कि जो युवाओं और
Atal Mission for Regeneration and Urban Transformation, Prime Minister Employment Generation Program, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme, National Urban Livelihoods Mission, Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyaya Gramin Kaushalya Yojana, Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana, etc. are also oriented towards generating employment opportunities. Further, PM Gati Shakti is a transformative approach of the government powered by clean energy and Sabka Prayas, leading to huge job and entrepreneurial opportunities for all. Thank you.
Shri Prabhat, please.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, I want to urge the attention of Defence Minister regarding Agnipath scheme. Youth who are waiting for recruitment in the armed forces for the last 3 years are reported to be very angry over the recruitment policy under the Agnipath scheme. Agnipath scheme is intended to recruit soldiers for 4 years with no retirement benefits like pension and medical insurance. At the end of 4 years, when the recruitee will be relieved from the armed forces, they will not get any pensionary or medical benefits like ex-servicemen. Youth are questioning as to what will happen to their career after 4 years when there is so much of unemployment in India. If a large number of youngsters with licensed weapons and no adequate source of livelihood are sent back to their villages, it will pose a security threat. It might pose severe law and order problem even if a small percentage of such youth take to crime just to fulfill their basic needs. What will happen if you train in handling of sophisticated weapons fall into hands of cadre groups or radicalized organizations having ulterior agenda? Hence, I urge the central government to withdraw the Agnipath scheme and recruit soldiers on a regular basis in Indian Army. Thank you, madam.
Minister of Defence, please.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, Agnipath scheme is an opportunity to serve the nation as Agniveers through enrollment in the Armed Force Pan-India merit-based recruitment. 4 years tenure, attracting monthly enrollment and handsome Seva Nidhi packages. This is also an opportunity to apply for the enrollment in the permanent cadre based on merit and organizational requirement. Up to 25% of Agniveer is selected to central, transparent and rigorous system after 4 years. The government proposes to collaborate with the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship with the 3 wings of armed forces to train the Agniveers under the Agnipath scheme. Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship and the armed forces are currently working on the various aspects of programs of the opportunities for the Agniveers under the Agnipath scheme. Thank you, Madam.
Now, legislative business will be taken up. Honorable Minister of Education to move the motion for the leave of the House to introduce the compulsory teaching of Sanskrit language in School Bill 2023.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, I beg to move for leave of the House to introduce the compulsory teaching of Sanskrit language in school bills 2023.
The question is that he is granted the Minister of Education to introduce the compulsory teaching of Sanskrit language in School Bill 2023. Those who are in favor will say aye. Aye. Those who are against will say no. No. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Leave is granted. Minister, please introduce the bill.
Speaker, Madam, I introduce the compulsory teaching of Sanskrit language in school bills 2023. Thank you, Madam.
Now, the House will take up the Right to Health Bill 2023 for consideration. minority welfare, may please move the bill.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, I beg to move that to provide for health as a fundamental right to all citizens and to ensure equitable access and maintenance of a standard of physical and mental health conducive to living a life in dignity and for matters connected therewith or incidental thereto be taken into consideration. Mahatma Gandhi said, "It is health that is wealth, not a piece of gold or silver." अध्यक्ष महोदय, स्वास्थ्य को लेकर हमारा दृष्टिकोण नियतिवादी रहा है। जीवन को लेकर हमारा दृष्टिकोण नियतिवादी रहा है। किसी की मृत्यु हो जाए तो हम कहते हैं डेस्टिनी थी, उसको तो जाना ही था। सरकार के खुद के आंकड़ों के मुताबिक 3.25 लाख लोग कोविड से काल कबलित हो गए। ये मौतें सिर्फ महामारी के कारण नहीं, बल्कि व्यवस्था के चरमराने के कारण से भी हुई है। Speaker Madam, main clause of the bill are: every individual shall have the right to enjoy the highest standards of physical and mental health. Every individual shall have timely and quality access to facilities, goods, and services necessary to achieve the best outcome. Every individual shall have right to the condition conducive to maintaining appropriate level of health, including right to food, right to water, right to therapy, right to healthcare and services. No individual shall be denied access to health, services, facilities, resources, goods, or information based on the ground of sex, age, class, economic crisis, place of birth, marital status, and any unreasonable ground. जब मैं इसको मौलिक अधिकार के अंदर लाने की बात कर रही हूँ, तो उसके बारे में एक स्पष्ट दृष्टिकोण यह है कि एक बार हमने स्वास्थ्य को अपने जीवन के अधिकार के साथ जोड़ते हुए मौलिक अधिकार में ले लिया, तो मैं ये नहीं समझती हूँ कि बाजार का कोई राग प्लेयर होगा या कोई रागफुल चीजें होंगी। हमारे पास पुख्ता व्यवस्थाएं होंगी। Now there is a new concept called medical poverty. Medical poverty is the reason and outcome of our failure to address the core issues, failure to provide affordable healthcare, universal healthcare, and accessible healthcare. स्वास्थ्य शिक्षा से बेहतर हमारे पास ना कोई उपकरण है, ना प्राथमिकता है। The insurance model of health care is heavily tilted in favor of the insurance companies. With these words, I now move the right to the health bill to be taken into consideration. Thank you, Madam.
The motion is moved that the bill to provide for health as a fundamental right to all citizens and to ensure equitable access and maintenance of a standard and physical and mental health conducive to living a life in dignity and for matters connected therewith or incidental thereto be taken into consideration. Ms. Aditi, may please proceed?
Honorable Speaker, Madam, I would say that right to health is already a fundamental right. It is already an inalienable right, and this has been pronounced by the Honorable Supreme Court as late as July 2020. It says that it is the duty of the state to ensure the right to health. So, when I look at this bill, saying that this bill is to provide for health as a fundamental right to all citizens, I think that right to health or universal health coverage has already been added into Article 21, and therefore to have separate right to health bill 2021 to me makes no sense. But what is important is that the health expenditure that we do is only 1.5 to 1.7% even after 75 years, whereas the WHO norm is 2.5% of GDP, and our own national health policy norm is 2.5% of our GDP. I think that is a matter of concern. Thank you, Madam.
Ms. Tina, you may please proceed.
world average of 2.9. We need to have more focus on this matter, madam. We need to open at least 5,000 more hospital beds with 200 beds. And I think, do we have the resources?
Please conclude.
Madam, the biggest problem in our country is that 70% of our people depend on the private sector and only 30% of the people go to the government sector. In Kerala, 80% of the health needs are catered by the government sector and just 20% by the private sector. The Finance Commission says that 1.4 of the people borrow money to go to the hospital. Every year, 6 crore people are dumped into poverty because they need to go to hospitals for their health needs. I think we are pushing people to poverty, madam. So I request that we must consider this as a fundamental right. Thank you, madam.
Honorable Prime Minister now to express his views.
Honorable Speaker Madam, भारत की 140 करोड़ जनता में मेरे ख्याल से 1 या 1.5% लोग ही हैं जो पूरी विलासिता के साथ अपनी इलाज करवा पाते हैं। अन्यथा मिडिल क्लास से भी ऊपर जो अपर मिडिल क्लास के होते हैं उन्हें भी कोई बड़ी बीमारी आने से वे भी एक समय के लिए काट जाते हैं। मिडिल क्लास, लोअर क्लास, बीपीएल, एपीएल की तो बात ही हम छोड़ दें। लोगों की पूरी जिंदगी की कमाई शायद वह कैंसर, हेपेटाइटिस बी, मलेरिया, कालरोल जैसी बीमारियों में खत्म हो जाए। टीबी, हार्ट अटैक, लिवर ट्रांसप्लांट जैसी बीमारियों से तो हम ऊपर ही नहीं आ पाए हैं। महोदय, हम सब यह चाहते हैं कि स्वास्थ्य का अधिकार सबको मिलना चाहिए, खासकर कि अपने गरीब तबके लोगों को, गांव के लोगों को, बीपीएल को, एपीएल को, सर्विस क्लास के लोगों को, क्योंकि हम इन सबको जानवर की तरह ट्रीट करते हैं। अंत में मैं यह आग्रह करना चाहूँगा कि स्वास्थ्य का अधिकार सबको मिलना चाहिए।
Ms. Darshika, please.
Honorable Speaker Madam, through you, I would like to ask the concerned Minister of Health and Family Welfare to clarify जब आखिरी आदमी वैक्सीन के बारे में जानता है, कोविड के बारे में जानता है, तब मैं समझती हूँ कि एक्चुअली राइट टू हेल्थ कोई नया कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं है, क्योंकि हम प्रार्थना ही करते हैं। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामया। सर्वे सन्तु निरामया का अर्थ है कि सभी रोग मुक्त रहे। यह तो हमारी प्रार्थना ही है, यह कोई नया कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं है। संविधान में हमारे मूलभूत अधिकार है। सरकार की तरफ से एक हाथ कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव पब्लिक हेल्थ लेजिस्लेशन बना दूं, वह बहुत स्वागत योग्य रहेगा। थैंक यू मैडम।
Before the motion is moved, I request the Honorable Minister of Health and Family Welfare to clarify all the doubts and clarify them to the fullest.
Honorable Speaker Madam, I am grateful to all the members who have supported the bill. I am also grateful to those members who have given the constructive criticism on it. I am grateful for the advice that has been
for matters connected thereto be taken into consideration. Now, the question is that causes first to fourth to stand front of the bill. There is one amendment in cause third. Are you moving it, Ms. Darshita?
No, madam. In the view of the reply given by the minister, I am satisfied and not present my amendment.
Now, the question is that causes first to fourth stand front of the bill. Those who are in favor will say aye. Aye. And those who are against will say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted and causes first to fourth stand front of the bill. Now, the Minister of Health may move the bill to be passed.
Madam, I move the bill to be passed.
Motion moved that the bill is passed. Those who are in favor will say aye.
Aye.
And those who are against will say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted.
Thank you, madam.
Now, the House will take a private member resolution. Ms. Bhumika is requested to move the resolution.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, I move the following resolution. I want to bring to your kind attention about the rising number of online shopping and banking fraud. Last week, all the media was full of the news of banking fraud and plight of consumers who shop online. With the rise of internet and e-commerce websites, more and more consumers are getting vulnerable to these kinds of frauds. The newspaper headlines are showing 65-year-old loses ₹9 lakhs in online fraud in Gurugram. Online market turns a trap. Youth lured with cheap gadget flows. Online fraud. Man loses cash in 4 transactions. These are just a few headlines of the last week's news. So, I request the government to recommend the following measures. To take immediate action and bring out a comprehensive policy to avoid these frauds and protect the consumers. To establish a regulatory body of eminent personality to look into this matter and suggest measures to avoid these frauds in future. And to start a massive campaign to educate the new users of the online shopping. Thank you.
Ms. Aishani, may please proceed.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, I rise to support the resolution made by the learned members. I would like to congratulate her for having brought forward this resolution with the rise to the financial inclusion. In rural areas where the literacy rate is still low, the inclusion may become dangerous as the newly joined users are not at all aware of any safety measures and can also easily get ducked. When they move with their grievance to the banks will put the whole blame on the aggrieved persons without resolving any matter. I also agree with the honourable member who has introduced this resolution that the government should immediately introduce the e-commerce policy and protect our consumers. With these words, I support the resolution. Thank you, Madam.
Ms. Anisha, may please proceed.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, at the very outset, I thank Ms. Bhumika for bringing into focus the ongoing crisis in the online world. The faith of the consumer in the bank is very essential for the development of a nation, for the development of this nation. And if these kinds of frauds continue to happen, there will be a situation where the people will be scared to deposit their money in the bank and or maybe withdraw all the money from the bank. This will cause a situation known as the bank run, where we all know that the bank will have no money to deposit in the economy of the country. The government should bring in legislation for the robustness of banking system to restore the trust of its consumers. With these words, I once again thank the honourable member of this House, Ms. Bhumika, who has drawn conscious attention to this problem
and I am sure that the government would look at this problem with the gravity it deserves. Thank you, Madam.
Ms. Chandana, Honorable Minister of Consumer Affairs, is requested to express her view on the motion group.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, I congratulate the author of the resolution, Ms. Bhumika, as well as other honorable members who had spoken for the resolution of current situation in online sphere. The purpose of my intervention is only to place before the House the various efforts made by the various departments of government to combat this serious menace. Madam, I would like to submit that government has enacted the Consumer Protection Rule 1986, Consumer Protection Act 1987 and Consumer Protection Rule Amendment 2018 to protect the rights of the consumer. In the recent amendment to the Consumer Protection Act 1986, the government has included online market to its consumer. Information Technology Act 2017 along with RBI Banking Ombudsman Rule 2018 and all the issues highlighted by the private member have been addressed. There are plenty of redressal mechanisms in this act and rule which can put to an end to these online frauds. In the RBI Banking Ombudsman, an aggrieved person can approach RBI Banking Ombudsman if the concerned bank does not resolve the issue within 30 days of the complaint. Other efforts taken by the government to regulate and protect the consumer are use of UPI, where the consumer doesn't have to enter the sensitive information such as CWV or expiry date or card number. Creating a cadre for young students which will be trained under Digital India and which will help the family and neighborhood about various goods purchased while doing online shopping and transactions. A partnership with each chain such as Google, Facebook, Twitter and the various safety features available to protect them from online world. In view of these efforts undertaken by government, Madam, through you, I request Ms. Bhumika to withdraw her resolution. Thank you, Madam.
Ms. Bhumika, please. Honorable Speaker, Madam, I am grateful to the honorable members for lending support to my resolution. In view of the insurance given by the honorable minister, since a law has already been enacted to deal with this menace, I hope that the government will take all stringent measures to eliminate this problem. Therefore, I may be allowed to withdraw this resolution. Thank you, ma'am. As the honorable member Ms. Bhumika leave of the House to withdraw her resolution? Yes, madam. The resolution by leave of the House is withdrawn. The House is adjourned to meet again tomorrow at 11 a.m.
Sit down, sit down.
बहुत अच्छा किया, लग ही नहीं रहा था कि 4 days में ही इन लोगों ने इतना प्रैक्टिस किया है. रियली प्राउड ऑफ.
ప్రధానమంత్రి కేంద్రీయ విద్యాలయ స్కూల్ తరఫున ప్రిన్సిపల్ గారికి, అడ్మినిస్ట్రేటర్స్ గారికి, టీచర్స్కి, స్టూడెంట్స్కి అందరికీ నా యొక్క ఉదయపూర్వక నమస్కారం. నా పేరు ఉపేందర్ రెడ్డి. నేను ఇక్కడ దుర్గపల్లి అని చెప్పేసి ఇక్కడ చేస్తున్న 40 కిలోమీటర్ల దూరంలో నేను ఒక సర్పంచ్ పనిచేశాను. ఇప్పుడు నేను పిల్లలను చూస్తూ ఉంటే అందరి పిల్లలు ఫోన్లలో వాటిల్లో ఆడుకుంటూ మేము ఆడుకున్న టైంలో అది మిస్ అవుతున్నారు అన్న ఫీలింగ్ చాలా వరకు ఉంటుందండి. నేను మా స్కూల్లో గవర్నమెంట్ స్కూల్లో స్కూల్ బుక్స్ కానీ వేయిస్తాను ఎవ్రీ ఇయర్. వాళ్ళకి కావాల్సిన ఎడ్యుకేషన్ కావాల్సిన ఒక సర్పంచ్ ఉండేవాళ్ళు వాటర్ ట్యాంక్ కానీ వాటర్ గవర్నమెంట్ స్కూల్ చాలా ప్రిఫర్ చేస్తాను. మా పాప కూడా అందులో చెప్పేసి అంతా ఉన్నా కూడా ప్రైవేట్ స్కూల్లో ఉంటూ గవర్నమెంట్ స్కూల్ చేంజ్ చేయాలని గవర్నమెంట్ స్కూల్ చేంజ్ చేశాను. నాకు ఇన్ని రోజులు నాకు బాధ అనిపిస్తుంది, అరే పిల్లలకి యాక్టివిటీస్ లేవు, వీళ్ళు యాక్టివిటీస్ లేవు, టైం ఎక్కువ ఫోన్లలో ఎక్కువ టైం నడుపుతారు, టీవీలలో ఎక్కువ టైం నడుపుతారు అన్న బాధతో ఇవాళ చూసాక నాకు ఆ బాధ ఏం లేదు సార్. మీరు ఈ విధంగా కోఆపరేట్ చేసుకుంటూ పిల్లలకు ఇదే నిజంగా చెప్పారు ఒక మాట, అరే పార్లమెంట్ ఈ విధంగా నడిస్తే మనకి భారతదేశం ఎంతో ముందుకు వెళ్తుంది అని చెప్పేసి ప్రతి ఒక్కదాన్ని మినిట్ టు మినిట్ మీడియా 4 daysలో వాళ్ళు చెప్పే విధానం, అరే నిజంగా మన దేశం ఫోన్లలో కాకుండా టీవీలలో కాకుండా ఈ విధంగా సబ్జెక్ట్ టు సబ్జెక్ట్ టాపిక్ వైజ్గా మాట్లాడుకుంటూ మన పార్లమెంట్ ఉంటే ఎంత ముందుకు వెళ్తుంది అని చెప్పి నాకు ఒక ఆశ కూడా కలిగింది. దీనికి కోఆపరేషన్ ఇచ్చినందుకు ప్రిన్సిపల్ గారికి, హెడ్ మాస్టర్ గారికి చాలా థ్యాంక్స్ అండి, ధన్యవాదాలు.
मैं सौरभी मदर, सौरभी के फादर भी इसी स्कूल से पढ़े हुए हैं।
आपके लिए पेरेंट्स के लिए चाय बिस्किट का इंतजाम हुआ है, प्लीज लेके जाए।
फ्रॉम क्लास सेकंड टू क्लास में इसी स्कूल में पढ़ा हूँ 80s के टाइम पे 82, 83, 84, तो काफ़ी यादें मेरी जुड़ी हुई हैं स्कूल से। जब मेरे बच्चे छोटे थे तब मेरे मिसेस बोला किस पे इनको एडमिशन कराओगे, मैंने बोला जिसमें मैंने पढ़ा है उसी में मेरी बच्चे अभी पढ़ेंगे। तो मेरी दोनों बेटियां जो है इसी स्कूल में है, एक प्रियंका जो 12th में है अभी और सौरभी यादव। तो काफ़ी अच्छा लगा, दोबारा पूरी मेमोरीज रिकनेक्ट हो गई हैं। तो इसके यहाँ पे उनको बोलने का मौका देने के लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, धन्यवाद।
Madam's elder sister, it feels very nice to see all the students here doing very nice, and as ma'am said, they presented it in 4 days. It's very difficult. Now when I am also speaking, my heartbeat is very fast because it's not easy to speak in front of all these people. So yes ma'am, as ma'am said, the future is in safe hands, and yes, I can also feel that it is in safe hands.
Parliament session. It is conducted very nicely. We can never see in our parliament at all this type of discipline at all. Actually, I feel that this video should be sent to the parliaments so that they learn how to be in the parliament, how disciplined. Here I understood that they have taken up all the subjects, education, defense, and health, every subject they have touched. It is a very good session, I feel. And opposition people also they have asked their questions, and the ministers they have answered them properly. So whatever is going on now in the parliament, the same subjects have been taken here. So I felt very happy. I feel that I request you send this video to the Parliament House so that they learn how to do it.
परफॉर्मेंस किया है जो सबसे अच्छा किया है। मैं ये चाहता हूँ कि आने वाले दिन में हकीकत में पार्लियामेंट बैठे और सभी का इस देश को आगे बढ़े। थैंक यू।
మా పాప కలెక్టర్ అయితే అని ఎప్పుడు అంటుంటుంది, కానీ ఈరోజు పార్లమెంట్లో చూస్తే ఆమె టాకింగ్ చూస్తే మా పాప కంపల్సరీ కలెక్టర్ అయిందని ఈరోజు నాకు ఇక్కడ ప్రూఫ్ అయింది.
All parents of the participants in parliamentarians, and the other students, the teachers associated with you in Parliament. Once again, good afternoon, all of you.
Good afternoon, sir.
So, first of all, a big round of applause for the excellent lecture. Big round of applause for excellent lecture. This time we could not participate. We have conducted youth parliament this time, regional level youth parliament, but at some point of time I thought that If we were given a choice, definitely our KV Tirumalagiri Youth Parliament would have won this regional and would have represented the national. So that way, I congratulate all the parliamentarians and particularly Sri Lakshmi Madam, who has been a lot of influence. So, dear parents, once again, I just wanted to tell you that this under SHRI Pradhan Mantri Schools for Rising India, that is the scheme. Under this particular scheme, we started taking up a lot of activities. And
I thank the school for giving us this opportunity to present ourselves and to be a part of the parliament. This is really a wonderful opportunity. I really thank you all for this. And I really thank my parents who put in a lot of effort and they always encourage me, and my mother especially, who made me dress like this. I really thank them all. I thank you all.
Opportunity. As already said that our parents helped us a lot, and both my parents are not here, but still they helped me a lot. Today my maternal grandmother made me ready like this, so I'm very thankful to her, and especially to Sri Lakshmi Madam who gave us such a beautiful dialogue which we can speak with the expression and each and every word of the wording you will see in your script, that is like wonderful words which ma'am has used. I feel ki berozgari, wow, I like the words. I'm very interested in working I was very interested